Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for dropping by and giving me your time. I am Erick Coughlin, and this is another episode of Just My Thoughts. So, it's Thursday night, which means it's Thursday Night Football, which means it's Week 11 in the NFL. That's right, we are another week of the NFL. Times of endings are coming soon. And in case you guys don't know, there's 18 weeks, which means we got 7 weeks left of playing time. So that being said, I've got my Week 11 picks coming live, coming fast, coming hard, coming strong. Let's go, Mr. C. How do you see Week 11 going down? Tonight, Thursday Night Football, we got the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to take the Raiders. We've got the Cleveland Browns versus New Orleans Saints. I'm going to take the Saints. We got the Indianapolis Colts versus the New York Jets. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts. We have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings. We got the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. We've got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Detroit Lions. I'll be taking the Detroit Lions. We have the Los Angeles Rams versus the New England Patriots. I'm going to be taking the Rams this weekend. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be taking the Baltimore Ravens, of course. We have the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be taking the 49ers. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Denver Broncos. I'll be taking the Atlanta Falcons. We got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll be taking the Cincinnati Bengals. And we have the Houston Texans versus the Dallas Cowboys. And I will be taking the Houston Texans. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to run through these picks one more time. Erick Coughlin, Week 11 NFL picks are the Philadelphia Eagles, the Las Vegas Raiders, the New Orleans Saints, the Indianapolis Colts, the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, the Los Angeles Rams, the Baltimore Ravens, the San Francisco 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons, the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Houston Texans. So, excuse me, let me take a quick hot drink of my coffee here. Now, you guys might be wondering what I see as must-see TV this week, right? What's my top 5 matchups of the NFL this week, right? That's what you guys are wondering. Well, I got the answers. Number 1, most important game this week will be the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers for multiple reasons. Not only is it a very important division matchup, it's a historical matchup. You know, Green Bay and Chicago kind of started the NFL. Here's a little NFL history for you guys. We've been battling each other ever since 1920. We're going to battle each other until the end of time. It's the reason why it's number 1 must-see. Number 2 must-see matchup in Week 11 of the NFL season will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. It will be Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. It will be defense versus defense. It'll be offense versus offense. It will be electrifying. And I would like to say it might be, I said might, we don't know yet. It might be the AFC Championship matchup this year. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. So you might get a preview. Might. You never know. Number 3 must-see matchup will be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The reason why, the only reason why, division. Duh. You know, AFC North. Duh. You know, who's going to win? Is it going to be Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it going to be Baltimore Ravens? These are the 2 teams that are being talked about to win that division, not my Cincinnati Bengals because they shit the bed this year. However, you know, someone's got to win that division. Is it going to be Baltimore? Is it going to be Pittsburgh? This weekend proves a lot. This weekend goes to show a lot. It's like a must-win for both teams, although really Baltimore could slide and lose this weekend and not lose the division. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Baltimore's the stronger team. You know, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, you know, Zay Flowers. It's must-see TV. Fourth most important game of Week 11 matchup this week. I like to think that, sometimes I throw these games in there, and it's only for shits and giggles and a lot of fun. But truthfully, like I said last week, sometimes the best matchups to watch are the weaker matchups. So therefore, watching the Raiders take on the Dolphins this weekend is absolutely must-see. The reason why it's must-see is because, in case you guys haven't been following the NFL, but you do kind of watch my channel, so you at least follow me, you follow Mr. C, and you don't even follow the NFL, understand this. The Raiders have been bouncing back and forth between quarterbacks. They don't really know who's going to play. Is it going to be Gardner Minshew? Is it going to be Aiden O'Donnell? Is it going to be someone else? They don't really know. But they do know one thing. They know Brock Bowers is really good. And in case you guys don't remember, I wanted to draft him. I wanted Chicago Bears to have Brock Bowers. That's a true story. You can go back, watch what I wanted. Alexander Madison. Come from Minnesota. I knew that dude had talent from day one. Like, that dude ran all over Chicago last year. Actually scored twice against the Bears in both games. Actually had 4 touchdowns versus Chicago last year as a Viking. So Alexander Madison can play. Gardner Minshew can play. Gardner Minshew was an unsung hero last year and brought the Colts into the playoffs last year. That team, the Raiders, I don't care what their record says. They play in a very tough division. Who's their division? They play in a tough division. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the Chiefs. I'm talking about the Broncos. I'm talking about the Raiders. And I'm talking about the Chargers. That's their division. Tough fucking division. So that's the reason why it's must-see. And Miami sucks. Miami must be the most overrated team in the entire NFL. Tua Tagovailoa, he don't know what a quarterback even looks like, but he's trying to be one. All that Tyreek Hill bullshit you guys always hear, oh, the cheetah, the cheetah, the cheetah. This team has only won 3 games all damn year, and they just got their 3rd victory this last week. I didn't even think that was going to happen. I picked the Rams to win last week when the Rams played them. I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong this time. Listen, Miami sucks. Raiders are better than what they look like. Must see TV, Raiders versus Dolphins. Which leads the final question. What's your must see TV? What's the 5th most important game in the week of 11 in the NFL schedule? The Battle of Texas. The Dallas Cowboys, who we always hear, oh, Dallas Cowboys, so historical. Oh, it's America's team. You always hear this shit. I'm 36 years old. I've been hearing this shit my whole life. First of all, they ain't never been my team, so I don't know if they've been America's team or not, because I've been a Bears fan for a long fucking time. Just going to throw that one out there. I don't think they've ever been America's team. Just throwing that one out there. And I absolutely love everything. I love the entire direction of the Houston Texans. Listen, C.J. Stroud is primed to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. He's just primed. This is his sophomore year, ladies and gentlemen. This is year 2 for C.J. Stroud. He's electrifying. All right? Nico Collins is a great wide receiver. Tank Dell is a great wide receiver. Joe Mixon is a great running back. That defense is electrifying. The whole entire defense is good. Not just one player, not just 2 players, not just 3 players. That whole damn defense on the Houston Texans side of the ball is electrifying. That's a great team. Not only are they going to win their division, landslide, by the way, no disrespect to the Colts, but landslide, Houston owns that division. But they're going to make a lot of noise this year in the playoffs. What? What'd you just say? I said they're going to make a lot of noise in the playoffs. I dare say that the AFC Championship matchup, you might as well chalk it up. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans. That's just how I see it. No disrespect to the Bills. No disrespect to Josh Allen. But this is what happens. Josh Allen been a starting quarterback in the NFL for 8 years now. Josh Allen's been in the playoffs 7 times in the NFL now. Josh Allen's been eliminated in the playoffs 7 times in the NFL. Josh Allen cannot win when he has to win. That's the truth about Josh Allen. What about the other guys? What about the other guys? That's what all this is. What about the Steelers? What about the Ravens? Yeah, what about the Steelers And what about the Ravens? Lamar Jackson or C.J. Stroud? I take C.J. Stroud. Okay. Then you got Russell Wilson and or Justin Fields. They don't even know who it's going to be. Is it going to be Russell? Is it going to be Justin? That's their problem to figure out. I know who it's going to be in Houston. C.J. Stroud. No fucking question. So, trump card. Boom. I legitimately think the second best team in the AFC, especially building for the playoffs, is the Houston Texans. So that's the reason why the Texas Bowl, last week I gave you guys the Toilet Bowl. This week I'm giving you guys the Texas Bowl, is must-see TV. Week 11, ladies and gentlemen, I will run down my picks one last time. Let me grab up my handy-dandy notebook. We're going to drop these picks one last time, and we're going to wrap things up because it's almost time for kickoff. So, Mr. C's 11-week picks. Here we go. We got the Eagles, the Raiders, the Saints, the Colts, the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions, the Rams, the Ravens, the 49ers, the Falcons, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Texans. That's the way I see it. That's the way I like it. That's the way I portray it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard and you enjoy what you see, always feel free to cash at me, Erick Daniel Coughlin. Hashtag Coughlin Pride. Have a nice day.